Everybody has to learn one thing: embrace failure. Failure. You gotta embrace that because, like, okay, let me tell you something here that we don't learn in our schools. I mean, like our education system. Our college, universities. Failure is the foundation of success. So, this is something that I learned as I grew older in life. Success comes out of a bunch of mistakes that I've done in the past. And the more I stay in denial, thinking that my life is doing awesome, I'm the super duper, everything that I do is just like the best of the best because I'm a top notch person, stuff like that. I'm actually delaying my personal victories. So, one of the greatest things that everyone could ever do is actually come to this moment of, I would say, like the aha moment. You gotta see that. Wow, this is so complex at the same time. I'm gonna try like brainstorming this. Okay, now let's look at our personal lives, right? I had an aha moment once. My friend came to me and he was like, "You gotta get married." I was like 24 years old, and this guy was saying that I had to get married. And I'm like, bro, I'm 24. I'm not like 40. I'm not 36. I'm 24 years old. He was like, but you gotta get married. I was like, why do you say that I have to get married? He was like, because God has called you for something great. You are this amazing person. You cannot be alone. And I think he was right because, like, especially for men, right? We have a lot of things that it's actually, when you are Christian, there is a moment in life that you cannot be alone by yourself. You gotta really have someone that will follow with you on anything that you do and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, fine, bro. What I'm gonna do? What do you recommend to me? Since you say that I should not have, I could not be alone and stuff like that. So he was like, you gotta find a wife like I did. And I was like, how did you find a wife? What did you do? And he was like, man, I got these days of fasting. And then I was fasting, asking God for a wife and praying for it. I didn't even care like if that was either right or wrong. I just did it. I jumped into this thing and I got some days of fasting and then God made the miracle. I was like, wow, for how many days? And he told me like for how many days he did it. Something that kind of got me thinking because I love eating. And he said, no, I took this many days. I was fasting, asking God for a wife and nothing else. I was like, nothing else? Nothing else. What about your bills? He was like, no bills. I don't care, bro. I was just asking God for a wife because like I was getting old and I had to take a decision. I was like, Lord, I really want to have a companion. I want to have someone beautiful inside and outside. And he described a lot of other things that I'm not going to say right here. But he was like, I need to have someone that will be like this. I have a desire. Well, listen, my friends, I just gave an ear for this guy. Like I really just listened to him because his wife is beautiful. If his woman was an ugly woman, I would probably like never ever hear him. But because his wife is pretty beautiful, right? I'm like, okay, well, let me listen to this thing. And then he told me what he did. He got into a fasting. He was praying and asking God only for that, nothing else. And then she came. And then he knew because he was in the spirit. No emotions blinding him, nothing. Like he was in the spirit, listening the voice of the Lord. And let me tell you that when we are in like fasting and asking God for specific things, um, something incredible happens, right? Like we make our fleshly desires dormant. We don't see anything like according to our emotions, according to our flesh. So we just like get into the spirit and then we pray for it, ask God for it, and then once the blessing comes in, we have the discernment. That's what fast is all about. Like, you have the discernment. You now know if that thing's from the Lord or not. But the curious thing about all this is that every time that we surrender our thoughts and our dreams and everything to the Lord, we tend to have a lot of emotions at the same time, like exploding and taking over our heads, our minds, and that's not good. It's not good because we don't know now if it's from the Lord, if it's not. And usually, when something is from God, something terrible happens and something good at the same time. Like, what is the good stuff that happens when something like a revelation comes from the Lord? You know this thing will come to pass. I mean, will come to pass. You know that that thing is going to happen, right? But it's terrible at the same time because this doesn't make sense at all. Like, most of the revelations that I got from the Lord that he gave me, it didn't make any sense because like it was out of my reach. I didn't know how I could ever have that. And it didn't make sense because like it totally violated my reality. But it was from the Lord. And God gave me. And God made it. And that's how I know it is him. Because like everything that we see in our Bibles still happens to this day. Nothing ever changed. The crazy stories that we see happening in the life of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, it still happens nowadays. Nothing changed. So the interesting thing is that we know all this, we read these stories, we go and follow through, we meditate on this, we actually even have like bachelor's degree in theology and all that kind of stuff. But when this happens to you, you go like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. Because like that's how God operates, that's how God works. He always works in a way that doesn't make any sense, period. If he wants to give you a husband that belongs to someone else, and in his perfect sovereignty, he feels like he's gonna give it to you, he's gonna come to you, period. It's gonna happen. I've seen this happening a lot. Like people praying, it doesn't make sense. Like nothing ever makes sense. But it's there in his agenda, right? So the sovereignty of God, he does whatever he feels it's best for him because he is God. He works in his sovereignty. He doesn't care about like what other people think. He doesn't care about like other opinions. He doesn't care. He's God. And this is something that we lost in our westernized gospel. It's beautiful to think that God is love, and he takes care of us, he loves us, and he's a loving God. But we kind of put so much of this romance about God. Like, we put so much like of this, everything has to be romantic, right? That we forget that he is still God. Like today, I was listening to a preaching that kind of got me thinking a lot, So this guy, he was praying. I mean, he was teaching. He was preaching at this church that I'm not going to give details, but I was there, and he said something. He was like, you know what, guys? Who knows that Peter sliced out the ear of one of the Roman soldiers? Everybody, yeah. And he said something that I thought it to be cool. He was like, when Peter came with his sword to slice out that ear, he actually was aiming to hit the head. He wanted to slice out the entire head, but he missed it. I was like, wow, I never thought about it. That's actually a pretty interesting thought. And then he went ahead. He thought that everybody was very engaged to that message. He was like, but how many of you guys know that Jesus didn't heal that soldier? And I'm like, what do you mean? Of course, Jesus put the ear together. He made a miracle. And I even know the name of the soldier. His name is Malcolm. And he was like, no, guys, that's not what happened. Jesus actually just loved that guy. And I'm like, why do we always need to make something out of nothing to impress other people, to make it so romantic? I mean, like, I'm a very romantic guy. I love romance. I love it, this kind of stuff. But like, some stuff in the Bible, I mean, we just need to take it as it is. Jesus healed that guy. He put the ear together, period. There's nothing like, oh, Jesus loved that guy. He was just showing love. Oh, he never healed anyone. He did. I mean, The ear got sliced out. He put the ear together. He healed that guy. Period. That was a healing. But now we see so much romance about things. And this is actually getting to our belief. And we go like, oh my gosh. Like this guy, right? He was like working for this company for like 25 years. 25 years working for a company, bro. I can't imagine myself working in a job for 1 year. He worked for this company for like 25 years. 25. But then he got into a car accident that he almost died. He got into this car accident, like here and there when he walks, he can't see because I don't know if he's getting blind or if it's a trauma or something psychological. But then when he walks, he can't see well. And then his back hurts a lot. And because of this bunch of stuff that he got out of this accident, now he can't perform the same job that he used to do for 25 years. But listen to me. He got every single dollar, every single penny out of this car insurance thing. Like, he got money out of his own car insurance. He got the money out of the car insurance of the person who hit him. He also got the settlement from the money of the settlement, which was a ton of money. He bought a new car, got that free, and he's the most unhappy man ever. Nobody understands this. Nobody. So he got invited to one of the small groups that I went, and everybody was making like random questions and stuff like that. And listen, guys, I'm a very curious guy. I'm not intelligent. I just like to make questions, and I'm very curious about other people because I love understanding other folks. So then I was like, bro, let me make you a question here, right? Who are you? And he said, I am an engineer. I have been working for this company for like 25 years. And telling me about everything about this company. Like, he works for this company for like 25 years. And how awesome he is with all his diplomas. And diplomas for me are like receipts, by the way, that you hang on the wall. And he was saying all these incredible things about the company. And again, I made the question again. I was like, dude, who are you? And he didn't know how to answer that question. He again talked about being an engineer. And I'm like, dude, who are you? He didn't know how to answer the simple question. And the only reason why he was so miserable in life is because he thought that he was an engineer the moment he got into a car accident and he lost everything. He lost his identity, and now he doesn't want to live anymore. Because his identity was his job. This is how terrible our secular system is. So, that's why I am totally against the education system of this planet. It doesn't make any sense. Like, people spend so many years to become something great, thinking that a diploma is going to help them out somehow, and it's not going to help on anything. Because our education system is a scam. That's what it is. Now, this guy now doesn't know who he is because he was taught in school that he is whatever the education system says that he is. He lost everything because of a car accident, got all debts paid off, got a brand new car, a lot of money in the bank, but he still is unhappy with his life. And just God knows if he thinks about something else like committing suicide or something like that. I don't know. But you see, this is the result of what? This is the result of never embracing failure. You gotta know that you make mistakes. And your mistakes are horrible. Horrible mistakes. As a matter of fact, some of you guys listening to me right now might be single because of mistakes you made. Decisions that you made thinking that was going to be awesome, but in reality, you know it's not. You took a lot of decisions. You made a lot of mistakes. You did a lot of mistakes in life, and you don't embrace it. And as long as you are in denial, your man or your woman will never manifest to you, because you gotta embrace this first. Embrace failure. I'm horrible. Yes, that's true. I made this terrible mistake. And I don't even know, like, what do you have in mind? Just think about it. Maybe God is already ministering over your heart. Like, what is this thing that you did, that you know that you did, and because of this thing, you don't have your blessings? Never. Embrace it. Like, yes, I know I failed so much, but I embrace it. Because, my friends, failure is the foundation of success. Most people don't have success in life because they never embraced failure. They gotta embrace it like this is the only thing they have to get a hold of for the rest of their lives forever. Like, take it, embrace it, move forward. That's what you have to do. Embrace it. Like, come on, stop being in denial. Stop being denial. Stop living a life of denial. Embrace it. Your life is the result of every single action that you ever took in your entire life. Everything. Like, right now, you are the results of every single decision that you ever took in your life. Like, when you look at me, right? Can you tell that I was fat once? I was like 220 pounds. 220 pounds. I'm now 195 pounds. But once in my life, I was like 220 pounds. I was fat. Because of decisions that I took. Well, I realized that I made a lot of mistakes in my life. Never embraced them. Got into depression. Started like eating like crazy, like there's no tomorrow. Fast food, like a lot of cookies, chocolates, and all sort of crap after 11 o'clock, 9 p.m. in the morning, waking up late, like going to bed late and eating pizza, burgers, and eating like there is no tomorrow, and getting fat, super fat. But then one day, you know what? I took a photo of myself with the family. And I was like, dude, I really don't like this chin. Everybody looks so good here in this photo, this picture, and I don't look good at all. I hate myself. And then one thing that fat people like to do, they like to take their camera and take it from here, right? Like to pretend like they don't have a neck, And then that's what I did a lot. And I was like, dude, I really I don't like this. So I needed that aha moment. I was like, I need an aha moment. I need a paradigm shift. So I started like wearing tight pants. My belly was hurting. I don't recommend anybody doing this, but that's what I did to lose weight. So I was like, I'm going to start wearing pants that don't fit. So I was like, my belly was hurting, and I was feeling that for the whole day. Like, dang it, this is horrible, bro. I used to fit in these pants. I'm no longer fitting in here. So I was like, I gotta change my life. So I was like going to the gym like once a week. I was not going every day, like once a week. And when I went to the gym, guys, for a month, I was actually just going to the gym, watching the TV, walking around inside of the gym, drinking some water, and then I left. That was the only thing I did. I was not even working out. I was just like hanging out at the gym, literally, and then leaving. And then when I got home, I was like, I think next time I go to the gym, I gotta go a little harder. So then I got into the gym, and I was like in the meal train, walking, not even jogging, nothing. And there was just like walking and watching the TV at the same time. And then I was like, what if I buy a bike? And then I bought a bicycle. I started like biking like every day because I enjoyed it. Not even to lose weight. I was just like, I'm going to buy a bicycle and go places. And that's what I did every day. I started off with like 10 minutes and then 15 minutes and then 30 minutes. And then started getting connected with people that appreciated that. Because like you will never have any success in life with people that just tolerate you right off the bat. Seriously. I mean, if you want to succeed in life, you really need to connect to people that want to see you succeeding. If you are just connected to people that just tolerate you and don't appreciate you and don't celebrate you, you will not go farther in life. You really need to find the right people that go with you and they'll be like, hey, I support you. I am with you on this. So then some friends of my wife, actually, they used to be like, working at the gym, and they were pretty fit. And they start like, Rafael, that's awesome that you are doing, you go. So then I was feeling very motivated. I was like, why not just eating what they eat, right? So I was eating carrots and then eating like a lot of spinach and changing my diet and eating a lot of this stuff. And then when I did it, I saw that in 1 week I lost like 3 pounds. I was like, wow, man, 3 pounds. I lost 3 pounds in this week. I mean, it's not like a great victory, like something that's going to change my life forever. But then I'm seeing that I'm dropping pounds. That's awesome. So then I went farther, and then I was like, what if I change my diet like morning, afternoon, and evening? And then that's what I did. And then little by little, I was losing weight. Never got any serious diseases, nothing like that. I really had a paradigm shift. So you really need to have this moment of paradigm shift. You really need to get this aha moment. The aha moment is the paradigm shift. Another year being single, for real? Another year having the same diseases, another year not having success in your business, another year where you're like, nobody knows your ministry. Come on. You gotta have this aha moment. It's time to have something that will catapult you to the next level. What is your aha moment? You gotta find out. And how do you find it? First, you need to embrace failure. Okay, yeah, that's my thing, I'm not succeeding because of this. Embrace it. Made horrible mistakes. Everybody did. Embrace it. As long as you are in denial, nothing will ever happen in your life. Period. Embrace it. Did you ever engage with the wrong person? Embrace it. Embrace the fact that you are single today because you are traumatized. That's it. My ministry doesn't succeed. Is it because like you got so hurt from the past mentorship experiences? Like people hurting you, people like slamming you, people you gave trust for this spiritual parents, and all of a sudden they kind of turned the back on you and they betrayed you. You felt like betrayal, like, oh man, all my trust is gone. I don't believe in mentorship anymore. And then they turned the back on you. There was a big betrayal, and you go like, I'm going to do my ministry, but I'm going to be doing that on my own. This is a problem because like there's no way to exercise authority if you don't have authority over you. And every time that we get into this denial moments, we don't succeed. So embrace failure because it is the foundation of success. Embrace it. Embrace it. My assignment for you on this podcast, at the end of it, take a paper and put it on this paper. Write it down. 5 things that you identify as a hindrance on your life. And pray about it and start changing today. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be fat anymore. I don't like the way I look. And then I dropped from 220 pounds to what I am today, 195. And I am healthy, thank God. Everything is okay here. But I took a decision. And you can do too. You can be as successful as you want. And you don't need anybody's approval to be successful in life. Understand this. You don't need anybody's approval to be successful in life. God already gave it to you. You just need to embrace it. Embrace failure and work on it. Stop living in denial. And that's it for tonight, my friends. I see you on the next episode of our Prophetic Bread podcast. And never forget, God speaks and He lives.